Greetings to you all, because it is, of course, that day. That day has arrived once more, as it arrives every 7 motherfucking days. It arrives just like the coming of the second-born child. And we're here, it is Drama Friday. Yes, it is. We give up today. We give up, which is kind of awesome for me. It's kind of awesome. The YouTube world out there will be like, where was yesterday's daily? Did he not do one? I did do one, but it didn't go on YouTube because I kind of was pissed off. I had a bad day. But, well, a bad week. We had a horrible week. Horrible week. But that's okay because yesterday and today molded into a wonderful finale. Last night, Ghosty, if you're not aware, Ghosty no longer streams on Thursday evenings. What he does do is come here and he works, which is hardcore. Ghosty's first hour of work consisted of him watching YouTube videos of old games, which is cool because it's research, right? That's the kind of job we have. What are you doing, Ghost? I'm watching videos on YouTube of old games. I'm like, oh, why? He's like, I'm researching. I'm like, oh, that's kind of is the job. Kind of is the job. Sometimes you got to do that. Ghost working. Hey, I tell you, we're making our first PVG, which is really exciting for me. It's really exciting going forward. It's a big thing. It's a big thing for us. It's the first PVG, which is Preach versus Ghost, by the way, where we take one subject and we make 2 videos. I make one, Ghost makes one, and we take the similar subject and we sort of bash each other, and we'll do a good job. I hope we'll do a good job. Ghosty chose something. It's a top 5, as you guys love anyway. It's a top 5, so we're doing a top 5 video. And Ghosty picked something that she instantly regretted as one of his top 5s. And he had to do something in some game that took him 3 hours, right? 3 fucking hours of pure frustration and mental hell. And if you're watching the web show, which is tomorrow, 8 PM GMT, I have a little clip where I managed to sneak my phone out and film Ghosty getting frustrated. So I'm going to show you that as well. But it was great fun to see. I am wearing a shirt. We have been at the hospital today, which really culminated the excellent ending of the week. It was scan day. It was the 20-week scan of my son. And this is the big one. I don't know if you guys, well, most of you won't have children yet. But the 20-week scan is a big one. It's where they check out everything. They check out everything. They measure the spine. They measure the legs. They measure the cranium. They check if he's got a cleft palate. They check everything. It takes ages, right? It's about a 20-minute scan by a professional. Takes fucking forever, and you have to sit there and you turn the screen away from you. It's like your child might be mutated, so you can't see it, right? You can't look at your own child because it might have some abominable thing growing on it. Not that that's, you know, that's just the way things are. And you have to sit there in silence for 20 minutes with a jelly belly all over your wonderful partner. Well, this lady scans everything, and then after 20 minutes she goes, everything's fine. And I was like, oh, cool. And she's like, everything's fine. It's 100%. Do you want to check it out now? So I saw his junk. Success. Impressive. And I've got a ridiculously large child coming, by the way. So we should be prepared for Emma being pissed off at some point in the next couple of months. My child is really big. Really, like, crazy big. But all of us are big. I'm 6'2". I got measured today while we were in the room. I'm like 6'2". I've not measured my height for a long time. But I'm 6'2", and all this kind of stuff. And all the people, I have members of my family. Like my uncle or nephew or cousin is 7'1". My uncle is 6'11". There is some big motherfuckers in my family, right? My nephew is 6'7". 6'6" is my other cousin. They're all big bastards. And the legs of my baby are so fucking huge. Enormous, these legs. The woman was like, wow, he's got really big legs. And they're huge. But you got to see all the bones and ribs and stuff, which is really awesome to see. It looks like a fish. You know, like a fish skeleton? It looks like that. It's pretty cool. So it's suited and looking sharp and looking suave for that. What a wonderful day. Everything is awesome. Everything's cool. Good stuff for those of you that are interested. But that's not why you're here today. Today you're here for Drama Friday, where we have drama stories. Now, and again, you guys delivered, right? You fought back against the horrors and the Lord of the Rings fanboys. I can't wait for the web show, because Ghost's going to give his perspective on that. If you haven't read any of the comments on my tiny little PG quickie of me just not enjoying a game, a little bit of fun, I suggest you do. And if you're going to be at the web show, I definitely recommend you do. As, if you don't know, The YouTuber Street Paladin is Ghost. And Ghost has had a whale of a time on that video. A whale of a time. In fact, he told me last night how much he's enjoying it. He loves a good troll. We had 8 amazing drama stories. 8. This might need another drama day next week. Because I like to keep them up to date. I like to keep them fresh. So we might have Drama Tuesday, maybe Drama Monday. Something like that to catch up. Because they're really good and they're worth reading. Of course, I read one tomorrow. I've chosen 3 for today. I've chosen 3. They're really long, so we might only get through 2. Don't get unhappy, right? Don't get unhappy, but we might only get through 2, but all of them will be read in due time. Don't worry about it. We have a Frenchman in the English world of Warcraft. I am a GIRL. And, of course, the evil that comes from roleplay. Now, looking at my chat, I did mention yesterday that I had a roleplay story and everybody wants it. So I'm going to start with the Frenchman. Oh, what's it like to not be in control? What is it like? What is it like? Look at you guys. I'm a happy story. Well, fuck you. Because I can. Because I can. Plus, the roleplay story is a great way for a second story because I get to do funky voices and stuff. And I just arrived for the RP. I only came for the RP. That is why it's my show. I can do whatever I want. But this is cool because chapter 0, very French to start with a chapter 0. I like to start at 1, but that's just me. A brother got his computer. Too opinionated. You're too opinionated. What is this? You have too much power, my friend. Too much power. Now, some people have started doing something which is a little bit annoying. Is instead of giving me a key of names that take place in the story, you've just put blank spaces and said, fill in the blank space with a name. That's all very well and good, but when it's just a blank space, it could be anybody. It could be anybody. So we'll bear that in mind in the future. Either just leave the names in there, and I'll change them, or put a key in of people beforehand. Don't just put a blank space and say put whatever name you want in there, because then the story won't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Chapter 0, La France. Brother got his computer. Ever since I was young, I always enjoyed watching my brother play the games. Either it was PS1, Super Nintendo, or GameCube. I remember that I used to go to my friend's house to watch them play the games. However, that changed as I grew up. So our author instantly just watches games and has that brother who won't let you touch his precious Nintendo. One does not simply play his brother's computer. I was a bit like that. It was my PC, it was my console, it was my Mega Drive. If you wanted to come to my house, you would watch me play, because it is mine. It is not yours. When I go to your house, you can play. Oh, you don't own one? You are poor? Then that is your fault. That is your fault. This is mine. I will play it. It's your fault for being poor. Blame your parents. Blame your parents. I have an older brother. Yeah, my PC is mine. Ever since I have an older brother who is currently 22 and 2 younger brothers, one who is 15 and one who is 9. That 9-year-old gets shit on, right? The 9-year-old? Sucks to be you, buddy. Sucks to be you. Yeah, back when my story begins, I was 13 years of age. That age, 13, where you are a complete and total dick, but you've started growing like pubes. So you've also got an attitude. So you're self-entitled. You're almost like a WoW player before its time. Right? You're really entitled to everything, and everything is yours at 13 because you have pubes now, and you are now an adult. I have pubes. I'm an adult. I knew nothing about English, as I live in Canada and spoke only French at the time. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you for being a member of our community. Because the last time I dealt with a French Canadian, I don't know how many are in the chat, and if you are a French Canadian, I thank you for being here. I was not particularly well received by the French Canadians. I was not particularly well received. Thank you, French Canadians, for being here. My older brother quit school and started working. He was living his childhood like a boss. And I quickly grew jelly of all the freedom he had. In less than a month, he got himself a computer, instantly ditching me, whose passion was to watch him play. That's your passion? Aww. Mario Kart, Legend of Zelda, Final Fantasy 7, 8, and all that stuff. Isn't it cool how much money you have when you work and don't have to pay bills? Wow. I probably had more cash at 16 than I did at 24 when I started having to pay bills and having a flat and all that kind of stuff. When all the money you earn is yours. That is amazing. There's nothing better than when everything you earn is yours. And you don't go things like, oh, I earned all this money, but at least 2/3 of it isn't mine. I have to give it away to other motherfuckers because apparently I need electricity, bitches, and it's expensive. Fuck you. He started playing an MMO called Silk Road Online. Never heard of it. Never heard of it. He did not want me to get into his room to watch him play. Sealed. So sad as I was, my parents were also wondering why our relationship changed so much. You what? You what? Oh god. Oh, so many of you know it. Silk Road. It says Silk Road Online is what it's called. Silk Road Online. That's what it says in the story. Chapter 1. My first MMO. Sounds like an ERP game. I don't know. It's a great game, says Buzzer. Awesome. One day he called me out, told me to go check out what he was doing. And that's exactly what I did. For months, he never wanted me to go and look at what he was doing, and yet randomly he tells me to go and look now. That's creepy, right? Now's the time, you can see. Out of excitement, I ran downstairs, go into his room and sit on the ground staring at the screen. I spent the evening looking at him playing, and from now on, I could come in his room when he plays. Thank you, brother. Thank you for allowing me in your room to sit on the floor and watch you play. I love the abuse that you can give to younger people. I can't wait to have my son. I'm going to troll him so fucking hard. Oh, you want to play a game? Well, yeah, sure, there's like 4 consoles and 2 powerful PCs in here, but you, son, must wait outside. Here's an abacus. Enjoy. Oh, you want to play the new Grand Theft Auto, do you? Well, go out and buy one. Because this is for work. This is work. This is work. This might be computer games, but this is serious, right? There's no place for a child. No place for a child in here. Commodore 64. Work your way up, son. Work your way up. You've got to deserve it. You've got to earn it. You've got to earn it. I never got what you had. My dad didn't have all this shit. My dad wasn't a computer games video player as a living, right? You get no special treatment, you fucker. You little bastard. When you earn some money, then you can play. I'm going to charge my son for playing games. £5 an hour. £5 an hour sounds realised. £5 an hour sounds fair. I'm so serial. I'm so serial. I showed so much interest that he would allow me to play when he was away. He created an account for me and helped me by giving me cash swag money. I made a cleric. I think it was a support class, and I played him every time I had the chance to. I still remember when I was 15, I was fighting ogres and the werewolves in this vast new world. I did not even need to speak English to play the game, as I was able to play alone until I reached level 25. Level 25, it took me more than 2 months getting there by playing about 3 hours every day. One level would require about 5 hours of playing, and a support class didn't do much damage by themselves. To be able to kill the mobs for 5 hours, I would need a full bag of mana and health potions, which was worth around 1 hour of farming level 15 mobs. Sounds like an awesome game. You have to farm for an hour to start leveling. You have to farm mobs 10 levels lower than you to start leveling. Best MMO. Best MMO. World of Warcraft's dog shit. I did a 20-minute LFR and didn't get 5 items. Bullshit game. Do you realise how good you guys have it? Really? Do you? Do you appreciate it? Do you appreciate that you can queue, join an LFR, and have 2 chances at loot at every boss? Do you really get it? Think about your roots, son. From the ghetto. This guy's from the ghetto. He's old school. He's Jenny from the block. He's Jenny from the block. He knows what's going on. Then I would have enough money. In a 1 hour of farming, I would have enough money to be able to kill mobs for 5 hours. Yes. Luckily, this did not last long because it was my birthday and my godfather got me my own computer. Wow, really? I don't even think I have a godfather. I'm a godfather to several people. I'm not buying him a PC. Can I ask a question to the chat? Most of you have been around this age. How many people, generally unintelligent people, I've got to say this, because it's true, are atheists and get their children christened and don't know what christening is? This happens to me all the time now. I've been to probably 12 christenings in the last 2 years. They're all atheists. None of them know what a christening is. And I have to go. I have to fucking go. It's tons of people, you know. If you've got to my age, and maybe if you're in my sort of living style, all the time. I'm like, do you know what a christening is? And they're like, it's what you do to name the child. Is it? Do you really know what it is? You fucking noobs. It makes me so sad. It really is just like, oh, such a facepalm moment. It's such a facepalm moment. Is it? I've been christened and bar mitzvahed. 2 thumbs up, Zonkers. 2 thumbs up. Represent. Name a child with water. Yeah, I don't get it. I've been to lots of these things where people get christened and there's like 20 godparents. What's going on? It's so weird. It's so weird. I finally could play with my brother. I remember that night, and I logged in the game with him. The epic quest was about to start. This is going to go so horribly wrong. We would go around the world and kill armies of giant party mobs, 10 times as big as yourself. And he got me to a level 30 zone when I was not even level 25. And I followed him, and I followed him, and I followed him. That epic feeling I had while fighting enemies 10 times as big as me was awesome. I was a hero. And now, what am I? A stalker. That's how it felt. So fucking lame. There is nothing worse than that first moment when you get dragged to a high level zone. Happened to me in World of Warcraft actually in the beta. I got dragged from the starter zone to I think Arathi. And I couldn't do anything. Couldn't do anything. It was just shit. It looked amazing at first. And then it was shit, and I had to Hearthstone all the way back to start again. I was like, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. This makes no sense. I can't even hit these things. Miss, 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 miss. I could tell you it did not take much time for me to quit the game. Aww. It turned out that all the game was about farming mobs for about 1.5 years to get the max level. Aside from good graphics, nothing was special with SRO, Silk Road Online. I need a picture. Good graphics. Bold fucking statement. Silk Road Online. We need a picture, don't we? Oh, it's not bad actually for an old game. Wow. Yeah, not bad. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you. Not bad. Not bad. That's not bad for an old as fuck game, and this is years ago. That's years ago. That's not bad. It looks better than Lord of the Rings Online. Yeah, I went there. I fucking went there. Looks better than Lord of the Rings Online. I went there. I went there. Oh shit! Oh shit! You're in trouble! You're in fucking trouble now! I went there. I went there. So he quits the game. And I went ahead and I played Halo and Diablo 2 on the PC. So bad. Chapter 2 though, Warcraft as a gift. So we're playing Halo. We're playing some Halo. It was December. Christmas was coming, and one day I went to my godfather's place. Your godfather is a gangster. I get the feeling your godfather is like your dad's friend, who is the cool one, who has like games and shit, right? It's like I don't want to like. It was as if I was your godfather, right? Kids love coming here. All the children in my family fucking love coming to my house, and you can imagine why, right? They come in here. What must this room look like to a kid? What must this room look like to a kid? What must it look like? I wish. But unlike this godfather, I don't give a shit. If I see a kid in this room, I'm fucking out of there. I'm like, you out, prick. No, you don't respect it. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. They're probably covered in jam and sticky shit. Don't like it. Don't like it. Kids always have sticky shit on there. My godfather was playing World of Warcraft. I sat beside him and watched him kill pirates in Booty Bay on his level 30-something paladin. Wow, that must have taken all night. Level 30 paladin. Seal of Light. I want to make sure I get this right. Blessing of righteousness. Oh, is it seal of righteousness and blessing of light? What are you doing? I'm killing pirates. Look, I take no damage and I never run out of mana. So good. It just takes me about a year to do it. It just takes me about a year. Oh, you new paladins. Random proc seals. Awesome. 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. The graphics were amazing. Consecration light effect was incredible when you've only played shitty MMOs. Agreed. I said, that game looks good. And then it happened. He suddenly jumped. Okay. His character in the game jumped. How did you do that? Am I in control of your character? How? What sorcery is this? He jumped in real life and his character jumped. Wow! Look at that! Is this like next level? Microsoft Kinect. He must have hooked up his Kinect to it. Or did he press spacebar? My eyes opened as I asked, what is this game? He answered, World of Warcraft. Do you want to play? I answered, hell yeah! He set me on one of his other computers in his room and made a trial account for me. Then he told me, try it out a little bit. And if you like it, I'll get it you for Christmas. I entered the world in no time. Still used to SRO play style of clicking to move, and of spamming 1 to 6 use abilities, but in no time I got used to normal controls. I made a female undead warrior. Wow, that's weird. Really? Female undead warrior? First ever character? Ooh. Your godfather should have gone over and just gone, crack. What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Oh, God. I spent the first 15 minutes jumping to get from mob to mob, looking around in that world and killing. At level 15, I deleted my warrior in the Undercity and made a male troll priest. Frenchies. What a Frenchie. It turned out that my WoW story started like at the start of Wrath the Lich King. So my godfather, who could play more often than me, made a DK once he reached 55 on his paladin. Oh, so it was already Wrath of the Lich King. I see. So your godfather is a noob. Ah, that makes a lot of sense. That's why he didn't correct you like he should have done, because he's the guy who leveled a paladin and made a DK. Got it. Okay, we're okay. He's a noob. Noobs are always the nicest people because they don't know any better. Oh, you made a male troll priest? That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Undead female warrior? That's nice. A beast to a noob? This crushes my entire universe. This crushes my whole world. He helped me level my priest to 34 and he's DK. But I stopped playing him and made a female orc hunter. After a few weeks, my hunter was 55 and of course, I made a DK. I fell in love with the class. Who wouldn't? Give a total noob a set of Outland Blues and an overpowered class and you create a piece of shit player who will not learn anything about this game. Okay, ew, that is dirty. That is dirty. It turned out that I did almost every single quest in Northrend. Wow. I did every quest in every zone. For some reason I remembered quests as well. Simply by reading the objectives I could tell where you had to go and about what part of the quest zone the guy was at. Alright. Kind of makes sense. Oh, I was kind of proud of that because my English was also getting better. So he's not really that cool in English. That's alright, that's alright. I was going to say it'd be weird if the quest didn't do that. Doors. Did the quest explain what doors do though? Because some people, mentioning no names, struggle to understand what doors mean. In fact, it needs an entire paragraph of tooltip to explain the doors. Shots fired. Shots fired. Damn. Damn. Doors. My English was also getting better. Still unable to speak it well. I found a dying French guild and joined them. Good choice. They were about 5 people who were actively playing. Me included. Dude, not cool. At first, I was in Ice Crown. Oh, at last, I was in Ice Crown. Oh, man. That really takes me back the first time I got into Ice Crown. Jesus, that fucking zone is good. Oh, it looks amazing, doesn't it? Shit's on Lord of the fucking Rings. Do you know what does Lord of the Rings better than Lord of the Rings? Wow. Yeah, it does. It does. It fucking does, and you know it. Like a squirrel. No, it doesn't. All the shots are fired. I'm happy to. I don't give a shit anymore. I don't care. It's true though, right? Okay. This was a few weeks before Ulduar was released. I remember I played until 2 AM with school in the morning. Whoa, badass. Back up. Back up. But I was about to get to level 80. Not even 2 bars away. I was in the Scarlet Isle part. My stepfather opened the door and closed my computer. Bad stepfather. So cliche. So cliche. And yelled at me for staying up late at night. The following day after school, I got level 80. I went to the DK trainer place, then flew to Undercity, my favourite city since Orgrimmar was lagging too much. And then I ran into Lady Sylvanas. I was so happy. Finally, after months of leveling, I had a max level character. I had beaten the game. It was all over. I was an experienced player. At last. You're not my real dad. You gotta tell me what to do. What a great moment to throw that out. What a great moment to throw that out. You're not my real dad. You gotta tell me shit. Fuck off. First time he's ever said it. Raised him since he was like 2 months old. Then it hit me. What do I do now? I'm level 80, but what's next? I had done many dungeons with people I found in general chat, so I was decently geared. Or so I thought. I am all blues, baby. All blues. Did Wrath of the Lich King Heroics give epic items? I don't think they did. I'm pretty sure Wrath 5-mans did not give epic items. They were all blues. Yeah, all blues. Oh, the ICC did. Yeah, cool. Alright. So I'm all blues. I'm decked out in blues. I'm decked out in blues. Oh, the last boss? Oh, they did. Yeah, the last boss had a drop. Okay, okay. So where do I go now? I looked into trade chat at what was happening. And so I knew what to do. In my mind, it went like this. You are level 80. What do level 80s do? They raid. Immediately, I took my mouse, clicked on the 2, and typed LFM Nax 10 need everything! Exclamation mark. This is gonna end well. Never been in a raid before. Going in. Going in. I'm going in. Can't speak English. Going in. It took no time. I was so excited. You know why? Because you didn't ask for gear score, did you? Didn't ask for gear score. You didn't ask for anything like that. You just let it in. I was so excited. 4 people immediately whispered me, saying things like H Paladin, Feral Druid, Enhancement Shaman. I had no idea what that meant. Invite. The Warlock who joined was a guild master. He asked me for assist. Of course, I had no idea of what that was. I was also asked to turn the group into a raid and to pass leader at some point. It took me a while, but I found all of these settings. The Warlock filled the group in no time after I gave him assist. It turned out that we had 3 healers and only 1 tank. So I would fill the off-tanking role. Success. This is going to go well. This is going to end well. He's the DK who's going to tank in his first ever raid. And you've all been there. If you played Wrath of the Lich King, dem DKs. Every tank can spec. Every spec can tank. It's gonna be fine. It's easy. It's really easy. It's no big deal. They don't even ask you what spec you are. I always wanted to have this big dragon attacking me. Oh, there was a dragon in Nax. I was about to say you'd be sorely disappointed, but there was. And I, myself, would stand in front of him and keep my raids safe. That was what I wanted to do. And it was going to happen right now. We entered Nax Ramus, killed some spider trash and went up against a noob. I joined Ventrilo and listened to these guys speaking English. I recognised a few words, but nothing I could understand. They were talking about a strategy. I was able to read better, so the Warlock told me to simply wait and tank the big spider ad when it came out. So the first pull. The boss got to 30% or so and we wiped. The second pull. I got the boss aggro because I put 2 dots on him and he went and one-shotted me. I was blamed for the wipe, but it was fine. And then the third pull. The ad spawns. People are talking nonsense in vent. I grip the ad and I die. Straight up die. A sound of raging and terror goes into my head. The entire group yelled at me. I did not know what was happening. One guy keeps saying something cap. Another one says noob, moron. Some guy talks smoothly, probably trying to calm everyone down. What happened there is that I was not defense capped. Classic. Fucking classic. Defense cap. Old school. Oh, old school. That defense crap. Oh, removed from the game. Too hard, man. It's boring. It's boring. It's not boring. Defense cap was never boring. It was fun. Defense cap was fucking awesome. I loved it. Because then you found out that people don't know about it. Ah, oh, yeah. So the mob just crit me and one-shotted me. But at the time, I was not aware of a defense cap. So I said the only thing that came into my mind. What was his defense? Come on, people. 5-3-5. Well done, ducking in. 5-3-5. What was his defense? Lag? Ooh. Oh! I can't read you on. I hate that colour. Kyutsuyoro! I didn't get healed. Hey! Hey! Shh! Shut up! I didn't get healed. That's what happened here. I didn't get healed. You fucking... I'm defense capped up the ass. It's the healer's fault. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? You're blaming me for this nonsense? The fucking healers. I typed, I didn't get any heals. Then the rage really came. I was stunned, shocked and sad. The warlock once again calmed everybody down and whispered me what seemed like an apology. He then asked the leadership, and then he kicked me from the group. Ghosted! In tribute to the #1 skills master Ghosted, you got ghosted. Oh, it's fine. Look, don't worry about it, okay? We're gonna be fine. Just pass me leader for a sec. No big deal. Just pass me leader, and I'll fix it. If I set your defense camp to max, you'll be fine. Oh, okay, here's leader. Bye, you fucking noob. Oh, and you started the raid. Your own first raid. Fail. Fail. I considered pulling the boss and wiping them. Classic. Be the ghoster, not the ghosted. But I felt bad for what I have done, even if I didn't understand why. Aww. So I simply typed in chat in /say, sorry. That kind of makes me really sad. Sorry. As he teleports out, as his body vanishes from the raid, as he starts to phase out of existence, never to be played with again. Sorry. Back in Dalaran, I'm starting to feel out of place. In a foreign world, not speaking the language, and the people who there spoke. And I had no hope. Then the warlock whispered me. He told me he thought I was a nice guy, probably because I said sorry, and that he would accept me into his guild and try to help me improve. I instantly recovered and accepted. I left my empty guild and joined his. It turned out that they never helped me. Ghosted again. Double ghosted. Double ghosted. Give me a 6. Oh, ghosted. I got ghosted. I got ghosted again. Leave your guild where it's the only place that you can speak your language and join mine. We'll help you. It's going to happen. Look at ghosted. Hurting people. Taking names. It took me a long time to learn about the existence of heroic dungeons. When I did, I immediately made a group... Oh, you've not even done heroics anymore? Yeah. Oh, dude. You were geared up from normals? Oh, man. Dude. That gear. That gear. Oh, that gear. It took me a long time to learn about the existence of heroic dungeons. When I did, I immediately made a group for one. Did you know you can do heroic 5-mans? Shut your bitch. Really? Yeah. I'm making a group. I'm making a fucking... I'm going in. I'm going in. I'm going in. The Old Kingdom. I was the tank. Oh, man. Of all the 5 mans to pick, you chose the Old Kingdom. I say that because the Old Kingdom, yeah, and Ket, the Old Kingdom is a pain in the ass unless you've done it before. It really is. It fucking is. That last boss, oh, the horror of the last boss, of people who are like, I'm under attack, what do I do? And then you kill all your ads, and then you start to see everybody else's, and you just see people running in fucking circles away from the mobs. So many times have I done that boss and killed all my ads in a few seconds and done trickery, you know, sorcery, like interrupt the healer because you know who the healer is, and then everything dies, and then you come back and the healer's like running in circles. Oh, the horror of Anket. And just get spell slingers. Oh, the tank's got to deal with spell slingers. We found a group made of a hunter, a priest, mage, warrior, and myself. At the time, I had done many BGs and Winter Grasp. So I had PvP gears and a lot of health. I love your story, by the way. This is brilliant. I had over 30,000 HP. I was sure I could easily tank a heroic dungeon. We went inside the instance and started pulling the trash. The first 2 spiders were wiped out in no time. But then a group of mobs were waiting for us. We know it, don't we? We know what's in there. We know that group of mobs. We've seen it. We've fucking been there. We've been there. Oh, yeah. I ran in like an idiot I was. Everything was going fine until my health dropped to 10%. I used every cooldown I had left, and a few seconds later I died. I was told to interrupt the spellflingers. Spellflingers, you say? What are you talking about? Don't know anything about them. I have no idea what you're talking about. We went back. Who was in your group? A warrior? There's an interrupt. A mage? Another interrupt. And a hunter? There's a CC. There's an interrupt. Written up, but what am I saying? DPS don't interrupt. Duh. What am I thinking? No interrupts in the whole group. DPS? Dude, I'm here to do damage, okay? So, whatever you're talking about, shut the fuck up. Why don't you shut your mouth? Shut your fucking mouth. Look at my DPS. I just popped Blade Storm. I just popped Blade... I'm doing crazy numbers. And in like 2-3 minutes, I'll do it again. Everything in between there is fine. I love those warriors, by the way. Charging, Blade Storm, 1,000,000 DPS. Boss damage, non-existent. Non-existent boss damage. We went back in. Same story until the warrior told me that I was not defense capped. Deja vu. Then he said that from now on, he would be the tank. Good guy. He swapped to his tanking set and spec. I laughed to myself, and the guy had 24k HP. That's 6k below me. What a noob. I knew he would get blown up in no time. Smug mode engaged. I mean, what was this guy thinking? He thought I was a noob that didn't know what I was doing. Well, I was wrong. The guy never went below 50% health in the entire instance. After it was over, I started talking to him. He taught me about defense cap and told me to get a sigil that gave me defense rating from the Emblem of Justice vendor. With the defense cap, I started tanking more and more. Always staying above, I think it was 541 defense points. Too much. You went too high. Too much. Too much. Noob. Noob. Fun story. I could tank Brutalis on an undefense capped Feral Druid. Easily. It made my warrior friend really sad. I had my fun on my DK. But being a kid at high school and not working made me quit at some point. I had no money to pay. Later, when my mom decided to pay for me, I joined the game again. And I made a paladin. Yeah. I got into max level and started to play Holy. At the time, I was recruited in a guild that had 3 10-man groups and 1 25-man group. The guild was called the Cesspool, I think. They needed a holy paladin for their raid. I was given a core spot in the 25-man group and was appointed in the second. I was appointed in the second 10-man group as their main holy paladin. When you say main Holy Paladin, do you mean only Holy Paladin? And also, main Holy Paladin, it's kind of a stretch. It's kind of a stretch. Yeah, they must have really needed a Holy Paladin. Good guild. You were the main Holy Paladin, and the only one. The guild was organised as such. Guildmaster was the raid leader and managed the DPS and the tanks, but the healing leader was a female Blood Elf priest, who was a girl IRL. Of course she was. Of course she was. Well, at least she's doing it right. Healing priest lady. Makes sense. Okay, good. She's playing by the rules. She's playing by the rules. It's fine. She's playing by... She's doing it right. She's doing it right. I caused some drama over loot. I caused some drama over loot, but that was because I was stupid and did not understand everything as my English was still very bad. ICC was about to be released, and this guild had something called guild meeting every week. Around 30 of us would meet up in the Storm Peaks and be on vent, and we would discuss for 30 minutes some things we would do with the guild. It was a long but fun time. Has anyone ever done that? That's so weird. Why did you have to physically go there? Oh, you're in vent. It doesn't count until you're in the Storm Peaks. It doesn't count until you're in the Storm Peaks. Can you wait in a different room of vent until you get to Storm Peaks? Because only then does it really count. Because, you know, you can't go halfway. Don't half-arse it. If you're going to join the guild meeting, you must come. Yeah, you must be in rage of /say at all times. Not listening, you're not here yet. No, I can't hear you. Can't hear you. That's so weird. I would never go to that. Man, fuck that. A lot of stuff happened over the following months. We never got into ICC if many of us quit to join other guilds. Definitely fun guild meetings then. It helped bring us together. The guild meetings are great. We came together as a community. So we quit and left other guilds. Drama destroyed friendships, and we ended up reforming the guild under the name of the Heavenly Knights. Sounds about right. At the time, the buff in ICC was about 15. I had a solid 10-man group that was stuck on Putricide. Group 2 was the shit. No, it wasn't. The guild leader took all the best players in Group 1, ghosted, and dumped all the bad ones in Group 2. Group 3 even had more progress than us. No matter where you are, Team 2 is the worst. Do you understand the rules of being in Team 2? Team 1 can be fine, and everything after Team 2 can be fine, but everybody who is terrible belongs in Group 2, right? Do you understand the rules? Team 2 is your worst. That's the worst people. Even Team 8 can be better than Team 2. That's alright. That's okay. That makes sense. In Group 2, our leader was a Frost DK tank, and a very good one. He was at some point the best on the server. His name was... Okay, who's an awesome Frost DK? Everybody in the chat's now going to go, I'm a brilliant Frost DK. I'm a brilliant Frost DK. Everybody's a brilliant Frost DK. It's hard not to be. I own the world. Perfect. I own the world. And welcome to you, my friend. Thank you for joining us. I own the world is an amazing Frost DK. Nobody quite howling blasts like I own the world. He was very kind, understanding, and a patient person. Once in a top 100 guild in the world, and now he's the leader of the worst group in this random guild of the Heavenly Knights. Sounds legit. Sounds legit. We also had a good hunter in the group, but most of us were bad, me included. I still did fine, even if I was shit, but we had people in our group who were doing awful. Oh, the next line is so painful, I can't even bring myself to say it. Like a 6.2k gear score who can't do over 5k DPS with a 15% buff. Just drink that in. Because that is so Wrath of the Lich King, it fucking hurts. Oh, that's a painful sentence. Oh, that's bad. Gear score, motherfucker! How can we not invite him, though? Look at his gear score. I'm still going to bring him. The 25-man group was still doing well, but I often had to sit to let others take places. And here is the drama. Oh, there is drama. I was just loving your story. I was told to sit out 1 week for 25-man ICC. They were progressing on Putricide, and they needed someone who could do group healing over single target healing. You didn't have Light of Dawn back then, did you? No, you had Bacon. Yeah, the tanks had... Pallies were just all about the bacon, right? Wrath of the Lich King Pallies? It was just the bacon. That was all you were there for, just to heal a bit with bacon. I remember. It was just bacon. You couldn't do anything other than that. Just bacon. Okay. Oh, the good old days of being a holy paladin. I just press fucking holy light over and over and over and over again. That's it. That's it. Occasionally I have to swap bacon. It's pretty tough. It's pretty tough going. But sometimes I have to refresh and or change who has bacon. It's pretty tough. It's not easy being a holy paladin. It's not easy. Oh, flash of light? Oh, sorry. Flash of light. Did you know that via bacon I can heal both tanks at once? I'm pretty good. I don't want to blow my own horn, but I'm a pretty good holy paladin. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty awesome. So I tried to pug it. I got a whisper from a name. Ooh, who's going to be a dick? Maybe. I think this guy's a dick. Maybe. Who's a dick? Juice Dog? You being a dick? Alright. Juice Dog. Juicy Dog. Okay. I got a whisper from a person named Juice Dog. He was a warrior from the guild named the Nine. One of the top 3 guilds on the server. He told me he'd take me in for ICC 25 normal into his bosom. I joined, and horror. It was an entire pug. You know who used to be a fucking nightmare for this? Sko. Fucking Sko from Method. What a bastard he used to be for this. This is fucking serious. If you were ever on any of the old Method realms, Sko is genius for it. And it worked every time, and I do not blame him for doing this. Sko would go to Ironforge, making 25-man raid with Method. With Sko. So everyone knew who Sko was. 25-man raid. And I would read it, and I'd be like, well, I'm saved. I haven't got any alts or anything. But I was like, oh, Sko's running pugs? That's weird. I didn't think Sko would do pugs. And then when he'd fill the raid, you would fucking relog to some shitty alt, and there would be nobody from Method in there besides Sko's alt and friends. Ah! Fucking success. And everyone would be like, what? What's going on here? You're not bringing your massively overgeared tanks? Like, no. Fuck you guys. It was genius. I mean, why not? Why not, man? Why not? Funny times. I used to feel sorry for those guys, though. It was funny. They'd all be stuck in there. Almost no one from the same guild. But better do it and get a chance at loot. Yeah, that is the feeling. We killed the first 4 bosses with no wipes. The next 2 following in no time. This pug was doing pretty well. And then we got to Putricide and one-shotted him. Oh my god! Achievement in the guild spammed. Ooh. Bit of a giveaway. Them achievements. Yeah, ghosted. You all got ghosted. Oh, bit of a giveaway when your achievement pops up. No one made a big deal out of it, though. We kept on going. We killed the Blood Queen, the Prince, Valithria, Syndragosa, and we got to the Lich King. My mom wanted to go to the restaurant with them that night, but I passed just to see the Lich King. Do you want to come for dinner? I am raiding. I'm about to surpass my guild tremendously, so I think I'll skip on food. It took us only 4 attempts and he went down. You can guess the reaction of a whole guild, seeing one of the worst members get all the best achievements in one night. I had cleared every single boss in the raid with a pug group. Meaning I now had the most experience in the guild. I had seen and defeated both Syndragosa and the Lich King. Group 1 was still progressing on Syndragosa. The leader then told me he would send calendar invites to everyone. And if you want to join the raid next week, Just click on accept. Oh, that feels good. Oh, you're replacing me tonight. Guess what? You don't know it, but next week you're going to be begging for me to be in your fucking raid, you bunch of bastards. Yes. Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Surprisingly, though, still not a great player. That's what a lot of people don't take into account. Did the guild master of your guild seriously believe that you suddenly became so amazing that you carried a pug to the Lich King in 4 attempts? No. No. I was blamed by some players for this. However, the guild leader didn't seem to care. I was told by one of my friends in the guild that some people had put me on ignore for joining another raid. I'm putting you on ignore. I have never spoke to you in my entire life. Why the fuck would I care? Did you know that Billy put you on ignore? Who the fuck is Billy? Who is he? What are you talking about? I don't give a shit who's put me on ignore. I don't care. I can't speak English. I don't understand what the fuck he's saying anyway. Oh, that guy has put me on ignore. I don't understand what he's saying when he tries to talk to me. I don't fucking care. I don't understand. Oh, Billy, why? Why, Billy? Le Billy. Oh, Le Billy has put me on ignore. I tell Le Billy to have a Le Big Mac and shut the fuck up, prick. You're tearing me apart, Le Billy. Oh, La Billy. I don't want to get it wrong. I don't know how to upset people. Yeah, baby. My 10-man group did not seem to care either, but I could feel some people's jelly beans. Every time I would not be a part of the 25-man group, I would go in with Juice Dog's group. Juice Dog, you represent. I got heroic gears in the following weeks. We got heroic Morrigar, loot ship. Every time they don't bring him, he just goes further forward. It's like, oh, you're not invited. Good. I'm going in the bear raid. Hey, we're not even bringing you tonight. So what? I'm going to go kill some heroic bosses, you bunch of dickheads. I don't fucking care. Oh, no, don't take me along. Ooh, what a pig. Crying my little eyes out over here. I'm crying in my little baguette. Ooh. See, it's French and it makes sense. It's working. We got heroic Morrigar, loot ship, the 2 bosses beside Putricide, Festagut and Rotface. Get your shit together, will you? Princes, Dreamwalker. Before Group 1 even had Arthas down on normal. At some point, people were whispering me every now and then, telling me to quit the guild. You should just leave. Why? Why would I leave? I don't give a fuck. This is brilliant. There were only 3 people doing that. I never told anyone because I felt it was my problem and I wanted to convince them that the only reason I would join another raid is because I didn't get invited to the 25-man. Who needs convincing of that? Surely these people can see that you are not in the 25-man. That's not what you need to convince them of. At all. Which was true. I always prioritised the guild. Even if I was invited in the 25-man raid, I would not join Juice Dog's raid. The Heavenly Knights raid was before Juice Dog's raid anyway. But that did not get through to them. They didn't care at all. Some night when I was not a part of the 25-man again, something happened. They killed the Blood Queen. Later that week, the group disbanded. Our guild leader called us on vent and told everyone we are transferring. Why? Drama started from something. I think it was loot. And he announced he would no longer stay on the server. He was sad. He cried. And I did too. What? Why? You're not even invited to the raid. We're transferring. It's over. Billy! Billy! Why? Why? Why, Billy? Why did you do this? Gay! Imagine joining that event, you crying bunch of bitches. I had many friends there, and seeing half of them leave was really sad. Aw, dude. The following day, I own the world, and some of the players that did not quit or leave the server made up a new 10-man group. Most of Group 2 was still there. So Group 2 didn't get invited to transfer? That's weird. Isn't that weird? Goddamn. Group 2 is too good. Group 2 didn't get to go. Aww. We ended up killing 11 out of 12 heroic. And I also had 11 out of 12 heroic on 25-man from Juice Dog. Then the Cataclysm came. Juice Dog stopped playing. Aww. And my 10-man guild was going nowhere. So I left to join some other guild. I was then blamed by most of my own guild for killing it, as they had lost their best healer. I saw the remaining of my friends quitting the game. It was sad. Did you cry? Did you cry? Did you cry? Did you have a little cry? Little tear? My server started dying from then on. I joined a new guild, and surprise, the leader was Juice Dog. I'm quitting this game. So he told you. Hey, Juice Dog, can I join your guild? I'm quitting. Actually, my grandfather's dog is severely burned from flaming bees. So I'm leaving, and bye. Juice Dog, playing it smooth. Playing it smooth, Juice Dog. Kappa Kappa Juice Kappa Kappa Juice Dog. True story. Total true story. He'd come back to WoW and made a 10-man guild. One day he was looking for a healer for Blackwing Descent. I joined his raid, and after inspecting me, he saw I was wearing leather and cloth epics from the Reputation vendors. He made fun of me and made me understand that plate specialization, even made me understand about plate specialization. Even if I was being laughed at, his guild was fun. All the raiders showed a dedication stronger than I've ever seen before. And they were really good players. I got Defender of a Shattered World and Heroic Halfus in no time. Juice Dog then made a swap to 25-man, but my computer could not take it. I had to quit the guild. It pained me a lot, but I was being bad anyway. So I had not my place in the new guild. I joined some other guild. They merged and called something else. I was appointed to Group 2 as their main healer. I have the perfect place for you. I have the perfect place. Have you ever heard of Group 2? Oh, wait. Group Omega. we've got one team called Alpha and one group called Omega. And you can be in Omega. Is that like the second group? No. No, not the second. It's Group Omega. It's got nothing to do with being Group 2. Group 2 had a couple. 2 warlocks, a wife and a husband. The main tank was 14 years of age. Yes. And he was the group leader. And as I was the most experienced player, I was always questioning his reasoning about how to do the fights. Sometimes he literally made no sense. At the time, we were able to kill any end bosses. Neff, Cho'Gall were never killed by us. I told the leader everything I was thinking. Every time I would see a flaw in his strategies, which mostly made no sense and was a waste of time, I would correct it. I'm sure a 14-year-old never got annoyed by that. He snapped, yelled at me, and logged off. Whoa. The couple also snapped. Whoa. And the group ninja pulled Cho'Gall and let them die when they were AFK. Surprisingly, Group 2 quickly died. And I regretted leaving that guild because they got server 3rd Heroic Sinestra. Oh. I was tired of PvE. I was only getting shitty groups with bad DPS. I PvP'd some Kitty Cleave and got 2200 in 3v3. Joy. It was amazing. Then one night, I was ganking Alliance outside of the BRD entrance. Sound like a good 2200 player. That's exactly where I expect to find the 2200 players, outside of the BRD entrance. Yeah. And I saw a priest I knew. He was a nice guy, funny as well. He told me about his guild needing a holy paladin. Wait, holy paladin you say? I am a holy paladin. I was invited. Whew. This would be the new guild. Oh, okay, there's not much more left. It's been an hour. It's been an hour. My God. Good story though. Right now, I hate this guy. Oh, I've got to do the RP story. Could I not read that? We'll see. The new guild was a really nice guild. Only problem was attendance issues, but we still did okay. The only problem was the fact that our guild leader was very, very annoying and very, very serious about everything. That sounds remarkably familiar. Oh, add to that he was a loot whore and you get yourself in trouble. Not me. Rudeness was banned from the raid. Bow to the leader or get the fuck out. I never made any troubles to anyone, so it was fine. But at the time, I learned more and more English and was actually fluent. Good guy Warcraft. So I started to talk a lot in Vent and was often told to shut the fuck up. So now you've learned English, now you've got to shut the fuck up. Hey, I've learned English through this game. Shut up. Oh, come on. Come on. Fuck you guys. Seriously. And sometimes I even got muted. Are you Blatty? Blatty should read this story because he's got that wonderful Frenchy English accent. One day when progressing on Heroic Magmar, our priest was told to buff the raid in a very mean way by our leader. Buff the raid. Buff the raid. Our priest was forgetting to buff very often, and we kind of made it into a guild joke to tell him to buff. But after 15 to 20 wipes, jokes are no longer welcomed. Our leader snapped and yelled at him to buff up, and our priest also snapped. Ooh. Told our leader everything about how unfair, mean, and ridiculous he was. Our priest was kicked from the guild, and the leader invited another guy right away. He wanted to pull, but I said, no! I'm not doing this. I left the instance and waited for people to react. I wanted them to understand what they had done. We can't raid like this. This guy's been with us for a while and you're just going to ditch him like that. It turned out well and our priest came back to the guild. Many situations like this happened. Still, it was fun. Vive la Revolution! The French guy caused a revolution. Yeah, go France. Fuck you, France. Fuck everybody. Standing up to a French Vive la Revolution. I think we will title this story the Vive la Revolution. Drama time. Vive la Revolution. I had a lot of fun raiding with them. When? No ridiculousness. All serious. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. We did Firelands. Our guild leader got the staff, of course. We got Heroic Balrog Server 6 before the nerf. And we got into Dragon Soul the week it launched. We killed Madness of Deathwing the first week. And Heroic Morchok was down the second week. However, the guild was very tense at this point. Leader was being a bitch. He wanted... look, can you see how this guy has developed through his Warcraft, through his MMO life? This is why his story is so amazing. He started as the bitch kid sitting on the floor. Now the bitch has become the bitchy. Isn't that awesome? How he's grown and matured as he comes through it. It's fucking awesome. Great story. Now the leader's being a bitch. He wanted us to progress on heroic fights when the tanks didn't have their foresight yet. Noob. It was a pain to heal. And I often complained about it being impossible without these sets of cooldowns. So you're still a noob then. That's good. It's impossible. Impossible. No one has killed this without the foresight. Are you kidding me? He sometimes even stopped raiding when things did not go his way. I was acting like a cool guy and tried my very best to keep the cool together. You're saying the fights are impossible? I'm so cool though. Shades. I'm gonna sort this guild out. Impossible. I was acting like a cool guy. Always calming everybody down. Making stupid jokes to relieve the tension. Just to get told to shut the fuck up. You kind of went the wrong way a little bit there. You're the guy who's saying the fight's impossible and making crap jokes. Yeah! Good guy. One night I was told by my hunter friend that he would leave the guild and go back to his old one. He wanted me to join as well. The following week, half of our guild left. Our guild leader stopped playing. Our main tank as well. I was left all alone. I told this hunter I would quit PvE and do PvP. I joined a guild called Jungle Juice. The leader was a multiple rank 1 player and I got to play with his alts every now and then. Oh, bless you. Can I play with your alts? But since I was only willing to raid with one of my toons and never helped farming the staff in Firelands, they quickly replaced me. If you join and help us, you may join our guild, and you may, in fact, help us farm the staff. If you do this, I will give you the honour, the absolute honour, of playing with my alts in PvP. If you crawl on your knees, I will allow you to play with my alts in PvP. I wasn't even mad and they regretted it. After one of their main raiders left for a better guild, they got me back in and we got heroic madness at some point. Sounds fair. This guy had quite the wild career. The final section. Mists of Pandaria. A lot of stuff happened to me in Mists of Pandaria. We swapped to 25 man. It sucked balls. I quit PvE again because I couldn't take it anymore. Rolled to a druid and joined the best guild on the server. Now I am happy. You keep saying you quit PvE. You didn't at any point quit PvE. Now I'm happy. We are 3 out of 13 heroic in Throne. Working on the Iron Con and Horadon. I do casually PvP on 3 toons. Still in contact with my old mates. Sorry if it was not as awesome as I thought it would be when I went to write my story, but it felt good to write it. When I'll read this again in 10 years, maybe I'll feel like playing again if I quit. Have an awesome day, everybody, and take care. Wonderful story. Excellent. Points all the way through it. My friend, you had a very interesting, good story time. Thank you. Thank you. Stay French. How long is the RP story? Okay, I'm going to do it. I need a minute. I need to stretch my legs. We're having a 1 minute break, then we're going to have the drama story of role play because it's got funny voices, okay? I'm going to do it. We're doing it. But I'm having a stretch of my legs because it is 32 degrees in this room. I am roasting.